Some of you may have recently heard about the situation that happened in Cleveland, Texas, where a young girl who was only 11 years old was sexually assaulted by a group of 18 men and boys. The situation that makes this even scarier is the fact that the community, rather than banding together to offer support to the young victim, is blaming her. They are saying that she must have led the boys on, that she dressed provocatively for her age, or that she must have lied about her age. These people are wrong. What they are doing is wrong. And to that little girl, whether or not you ever have a chance to see this video, it's not your fault. What those men did is their fault. What they did was wrong. To all the other women and men and children out there who may have been sexually assaulted, it's not your fault. It is the assaulters, the rapists' fault. When I was 18 years old, I was sexually assaulted. I was sexually assaulted by a female doctor who performed an exam with a speculum on me after I explicitly told her not to. I was there to receive test results, and that's it. She offered to take a look at my external genitalia to see if the issue was continuing. I agreed, but before I even lied down on the table, I told her, yes, but do not use a speculum. I am still a virgin, and I have been told that it is not necessary for this procedure since it only relates to my external genitalia. When I lay down on the table, I wasn't able to see what the doctor was doing between my legs. It wasn't until I felt a sharp pain and the feeling of something being inserted into me did I realize that she had actually used the speculum despite my saying no. Not only did she use a speculum, she used an unlubricated speculum, which caused some damage and caused some tearing, so that I was bleeding later on during the day. Some of you who are watching this video might say, oh, it was a necessary medical procedure, oh, you're overreacting. No. The doctor physically inserted an object into me after I told them no. That is sexual assault. It took me several years to realize that what had happened to me was sexual assault. The fact that it had happened kept me from getting medical tests done that should have been done for several years. It wasn't until recently that I was able to go to a doctor and get a pap smear because I was scared. Once I realized that what had happened to me was sexual assault, I was able to talk to someone about it, and I was able to have them tell me what I am telling you. It is not your fault. It is the person who did it that was wrong, and it is the person who did it that did the bad thing. I don't care whether you dress provocatively. I don't care whether or not you were at a club. I don't care if you were buck naked in the middle of a street. If somebody did something to you that you told them they couldn't do or that you didn't want to happen, then what happened was not your fault and it was sexual assault. And you have a right to go to the police. And you have a right to tell people that what happened was wrong. And you have a right not to be blamed for it, because you deserve none of the blame. It doesn't matter if the person who did it was your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister. No one has a right to do anything to you that you do not want to happen. No one has a right to touch you in any way that makes you feel uncomfortable. And it is important for you to realize that what happened was not your fault, and it was not my fault. This behavior is not acceptable from anyone for any reason. Any man or woman who touches anyone against their will for any reason is doing wrong. It is never the victim's fault. There is no such thing as asking for it because of what you're wearing. Women have every right to an expectation of safety when they walk down the street, no matter what they are wearing. And men have a responsibility, and women have a responsibility, not to assault someone. It is not the responsibility of women to avoid getting raped. It is the responsibility of the person who is considering to do this not to do it. And anyone who says otherwise is an ass.